15.6% price appreciation in Macon-Bibb County since last year. That's crazy. Now, in today's video, I want to help investors truly get to know Macon, Georgia a little bit, not just the number side. And yes, I'm going to show you the average prices, rental prices, how much rent goes up year after year on average, your ROIs, all that good stuff. But here's the deal. If you're a real estate investor and you know the game, you probably already have the tools necessary to see if there's good investments, right? And you've probably already ran those numbers. But you might not have a guy like me, boots on the ground. I live 25 minutes south of Macon. I've been in the area for quite some time now, and I know the trends. I know the market. I know why prices are the way that they are, and it comes down to supply and demand. And I'm gonna give you some insider secrets and information. If you need any help buying in the area, shoot me a text message. I love to be able to help you, but let me dive into this because by the end of the video, you're gonna know whether or not you should invest in the area. And I'm going to give you some insider secrets on where I invest. Now, to start off, I just want to throw out a disclaimer. If you're watching this and you haven't invested in real estate in the past, understand this. Investing in real estate doesn't build you wealth, it grows your wealth. And what a lot of people fail to realize, especially with interest rates where they're at and everything else, you probably aren't going to get good cash flow right now. Interest rates are over 6%. And also, if you're an investor and you're trying to get an interest rate for a home that's not going to be your primary residence, you might be sitting at 7%. You might be sitting at 8%. It might be even higher than that if you're not paying cash for property. So I just wanted to be fully transparent. You actually want to make sure that you have a good paying job, maybe start a business, side hustle, something to be able to get money, and then you want to invest that in real estate and allow that money to build wealth over time. But back to what we're talking about. I might be looking back and forth a little bit because I have a lot of numbers, a lot of statistics, and I want to give you the juicy details when it comes down to just our market. And to be able to start things off, it's 2024, it's almost July, so that's during the recording of this video. And the average days on market last year for a home was 34 days, and today it's actually 44 days. That's a really good thing if you're looking to buy a house. It gives you some more time. Houses the last few years were absolutely flying off the shelves. Demand was super high, supply was super low, interest rates were low, and people were snagging them up for over asking. Now, transparency. In Macon, Georgia, we can still see homes selling at or above list price, but that's just, again, coming down to the actual supply of homes. But again, if you're an investor, it really gives you an awesome opportunity to actually have some time. Because if you don't live in Georgia, you don't have the opportunity to see the property. A guy like me or my team can go out and videotape the property, show you the local area, run some numbers on you, check your ROI. We can research some of the other properties in that local area, see what their ROI has been, price appreciation, rental prices, all that kind of stuff. And it's not overnight. You know what I mean? So when it comes down to me being a real estate agent, I got to work fast for you. But this gives us a little bit more time. So instead of, let's say you shoot me a text message or you shoot another realtor text message and I need these numbers within the next hour, it gives us some more time. You don't have to sweat. You don't have to worry. We're still going to be able to help, and you're not going to have as much competition because we got 44 average days on market. Talking about the market, you need to understand something. Prices in Macon can average anywhere from $50,000 for a lower end house to multi-millions. So it really depends on where you buy. And in my opinion, there's really three sections of Macon. Number one is the historic district. Number two is North Macon. And then number three, we have suburban areas. And I kind of like dividing that up a little bit because Macon, it's not a metropolitan city. It's getting bigger. There's high population. It's continuing to grow because of the awesome jobs. And Robins Air Force Base is just about 25 minutes south of the city. Industry's booming, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to an investor, what are you investing in? Is it short-term rentals, long-term rentals? Are you doing RV parks? Are you doing land? Are you doing commercial development? Are you doing, leases? What's the game? You need to understand that depending on what you invest in, you're going to need to invest in different areas because different areas are going to have different ROIs. So let me run the numbers down for you here really quick. So the historic district of Macon, that's when you're walking downtown. It's gorgeous. Okay, you see the cherry blossom trees, you see the historic buildings and all that good stuff. It's preserved, it's well kept, and the property's appreciation on average is about 3 to 5%. Now, it's due to the historical significance of those properties. If you can sneak in there and pick one of those up, maybe renovate it a little bit, and then properly market that property, that's a really good fix and flip opportunity in my opinion. Now, when it comes down to long-term rentals and stuff like that, that might be a different story. But again, you can always sit and hold depending on the property itself and know that you're gonna get about 3 to 5% appreciation no matter what, year after year. Now, let's talk a little bit about North Macon. This is the new developments. They're a little bit higher end homes. It's where families are getting started. And we're really only seeing about a 4% price appreciation year after year. If you can kind of put it in the historical text a little bit of North Macon, as soon as you get into North Macon, you actually start getting into Forsyth. It's going to be the next city north, and you can see $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 new constructions on a little bit of land and some open area. So it's really where families are navigating. It's very nice up there, especially if you're looking to start a family. But I know when it comes to investors, me personally, I want to stay around 3 to 4 bedroom homes. I just feel like they appreciate faster. There's a lot more tenants when it comes down to it, and I don't want to have to pay my own mortgage. So you have that. And now let's talk a little bit about the suburban areas. Suburban areas are the gold pots, okay? 6 to 8% price appreciation year after year. They're lower price points, and I need to be like a big old caution on the screen. You gotta be careful. If you get the wrong tenant, your life is over. You already know this, but it's a gamble. And there's different parts of Macon that you won't understand and you won't know about. And me being a real estate agent, I just can't say you can't buy there or you shouldn't buy there. You know, I'm not trying to steer you away from anything. But when I'm thinking about a long-term investment, I understand that my cash flow is not going to be super great, but I'm making money on the buy, right? I need to get that good deal. And when I get that good deal, I need to preserve that investment that I'm making, just like you do, and you will. And you need to make sure that you buy in the right area. Just because you can pick up a property for $45,000 and get a good deal, and then you renovate it for 10 to 15, and then your cash flow makes sense, does not mean that the tenant's going to go in there and take care of it. Quick little story. This is actually down in Warner Robins, but same thing can happen. Warner Robins, by the way, amazing opportunities for investing. I'm going to shoot another video on that. I'm going to start making series on investments. I'm actually going to take my camera crew, start videotaping these houses. So then when I'm talking to you like this, it's actually going to be at the homes, talking about the areas, price appreciation, calculators, all that kind of stuff. However, I went over, he wanted me to sell his house. I go over as soon as he goes over because the tenants just left. I can't even make this up. There was a pee corner. There was a corner where people were spitting dip in. The tile from the floor was ripped off. It was just scary. The cabinets in the kitchen were on the floor, and you should have seen his face. You should have seen my face. It was disgusting. They did at least $70,000 to $80,000 worth of damage. And being fully transparent, we're going to list that house for $190,000. Every dollar that he has ever made in that property and then some was completely destroyed because he had the wrong tenant. I'm not saying based off of specific areas you're going to get specific tenants. I'm not trying to steer you away again, but you gotta know, and you just don't know what you don't know. So make sure if you invest in our area, you have somebody that has your back that's going to help you do it the right way. Now, being fully transparent, I don't work a lot within commercial real estate. One day I would like to buy apartment complexes and that side of things. But for anybody basing stuff off of commercial real estate right now, let me talk a little bit about retail sectors, office spaces, and then multifamily housing, and we'll get right back into it. Then I'm going to finish everything off with a little bit more about long-term rentals, some extra statistics that you need to know, and then I'm going to walk you through a ROI calculator of what a house in Macon-Bibb County would look like. And then guess what? Just click on another video or do whatever you want. Or go back to my channel, watch some home tours, and see if you want to invest in our area. But let me talk a little bit about the retail sector right now. It's booming, okay? New developments and revitalizations of shopping centers. The retail vacancy rate over in Macon, Georgia is currently below 5%, making it prime market for retail investments. First thing that popped up off the top of my head, the city of Macon, over on Eisenhower, there's a huge mall. It's called the Macon Mall. They actually gave it to the city of Macon as a tax deduction. And the vacancy rate, all they had to do, I think it was fill 5 more of the retail sectors, you know, the vacancy for retail stores within, and then it was already cash flow positive. and it's going to explode over there. The largest pickleball court in America indoor is actually in the Macon Mall. So the retail section, depending on where you're investing, is going to boom because of that little detail that just happened. Next, office spaces. Occupancy rate over in Macon's about 85%, especially downtown. You feel like you're in New York City when you're in downtown Macon, going to the 19th floor of a retail space. A lot of stuff's going on, but it's only a 2% increase in demand annually when it comes down to the office spaces. And then multifamily. The occupancy rate for multifamily properties in Macon is 92%, and rental rates have increased by 3.5% year after year. If you have rental properties that are multifamily coming on the market, shoot me a text. I will give you money, okay? It is so hard to find multifamily in our area. I don't know why people don't build them. And not trying to be rude, I hope a bunch of builders aren't watching this video, but you guys suck, okay? Stop making duplexes almost $400,000. That's not what we need. We need affordable places that give us cash flow, that appreciate over time. Stop overpricing new construction multifamily, okay? Because the multifamily that we find in the local area, because there's so little of it, people snag that stuff up overnight, and you need to build connections. I would love for my entire YouTube channel get changed to Investing in Middle Georgia, and a bunch of investors came together and we form a little group and we just get after it together, right? So if you want a connection in the local area, I know a lot of people, not just investors, but when it comes down to builders, great home inspectors, home appraisers, cleaning crews, people that can do renovations for you when it comes down to full renos versus, just handymen that aren't going to break your legs off. So if you need any of those connections, just shoot me a text message. It's going to pop up on the screen. Also, you can book a call with me, talk my ear off, anything you need, I got your back. And right before we get into the ROI section, I want to give you a little study, okay? And by study, just somebody that I helped in the past. House listed for $210,000. It was on the market for 14 days. We went in 190, got it for 195, 5% price appreciation on that home specifically since last year. It's an investment property, making a little bit of cash flow. Interest rates, last year it was like 5.625%, I think, that they landed on. But they're house hacking a little bit, using the VA home loan, going to live there for 2 years, rent it out, flip it, that kind of thing. So I guess they're their own renters, but afterwards they're going to. But they've already gotten a 5% price increase, price appreciation, and they got $15,000 off the home. And also, little known secret, okay? I specialize in this stuff. It might not happen on every property, but I've gotten $10,000, $15,000 towards closing cost help. It doesn't happen on every property, and especially when you get into some really good investment opportunities, there's other people that are trying to achieve the same thing that you do. But if you work with me, I will help you every single step of the way, and I'll really try to protect every single dollar from start to finish, because I know when you buy a property, you might need to paint it, you might need new flooring, you might need to paint the cabinets, re-update some stuff, tear some carpet out. Money is involved, and I want to make sure that I honor and I protect that. But I do things a little bit differently. I'll go videotape the property for you. I can get on FaceTime, but I like using 4K camera, wide angle. I'll go 20 minutes, walk through the house, tell you everything that I see, everything that I smell, everything that I hear, tell you about the local area, school systems, all that kind of stuff. So if you need anything, I got your back. But now, when it comes down to the actual ROI and different stuff, I pulled just some basic statistics. So we already talked a little bit about some of the different areas. We have the downtown Macon historic area. We have the North Macon, and then we have suburbs. I picked one. Okay, I picked one for you. And I'm just going to pick the Ingleside district, for example. If you don't know what that is, shoot me a text. I will pull up a map. I'll share my screen. I'll show everything that you need. Average rent for a 3-bedroom is $1,500 to $1,700. Downtown Macon Historic District for 3-bedroom. Most of the historic homes are more than 3 bedrooms. They're a little bit bigger. Okay, $1,600 to $1,800 per month. I was just running statistics on something that I myself would buy. And then average 3-bedroom in North Macon is $1,400 to $1,600. Now, Property purchase price, right? We're going to spend anywhere between 150 grand, $200,000. If you get into some nicer homes, you're right around that $250,000 range. Just so I'm fully transparent, you kind of know where we're starting out with the prices. Expected monthly rent income is at anywhere between 15 to 1800, meaning that your average rent income is going to be 18 grand to 21,600 per year, as long as the tenant pays. Always got to get them to pay your mortgage. You shouldn't be paying your own mortgage. Property management fees, fully upfront in the local area. I do not own a property management company. I do not want to own a property management company. I hopefully one day will build a team that will do so. Just so you know, my business partner, his name's Trey. If you call, he might pick up. His wife right now actually manages 500 rental properties. And the reason why I said that I don't want to start one is because they already are making one. And I have worked with a bunch of different companies in the past, and I'm sorry to say this, at the time of this recording, there is not one that I would personally put my name behind and recommend to you, because our clients, we love you guys for life. You get something in the mail every single month. We help you out. We take you out to dinner. You're going to come to appreciation events. If you live out of state, we will still send you gifts in the mail. I handwrite letters, okay? Our business is based off of relationships, and I'm not going to ruin our relationship because I sent you to the wrong person. So I feel bad about that. Property management fee, 8 to 10%. I still can't find a good company in the area. Maintenance and repairs, I just throw $1,500 annually towards that. And then property tax and insurance, depending on where you're at in Macon, is going to be somewhere between $2 grand and $3,000. Okay, probably the moment that you've been waiting for. I'm going to go over the mortgage payment with cash flow. Okay, fully transparent local home in our area. Here's the numbers. Let's say you're buying a $200,000 house, putting 20% down. Bam, $40,000 out of your account. Total loan amount's $160,000. Let's just do annual interest rate at the average number, 6.5%. If your numbers are different, shoot me a text message. I can run new calculations for you, and I can also get you in contact with the number one lender that I love when it comes to investment deals. Next, it's going to be a 30-year loan. Mortgage payment, you're going to sit right at $1,011.31. Okay, rental income on average for the area on a $200,000 home, we're sitting right around $1,650 on average. So that yearly is $19,800. Property management fee, let's say it's 10%, so $165. Maintenance and repairs, $125 a month for a total $1,500 annually. Property tax and insurance, you know, you got the PMI, all that good jazz. Well, actually, you don't have PMI if you put 20% down, but you got property taxes and insurance. We're sitting at about $2,500 annually, so an extra $208. So your mortgage payment, like I was saying, all the numbers from the top, $1,011.31. Property management, $165. Maintenance and repairs, $125. Property taxes and insurance, $208.33. Total monthly expenses, $1,509.64. Giving you a whopping $140.36 of cash flow, meaning that this property is only going to make you $1,684 per year. That is crazy. So just like I was saying in the beginning of this video, you make money on the buy and you make money based off the price appreciation. And we're not even taking into consideration when it comes down to it. Like, I know I threw out $125 a month for maintenance and repairs. What happens when the water heater breaks? What happens when the HVAC system goes out? What happens when you need to get a new roof replaced? Your cash flow is not protecting you when you make an investment over in Macon. It's just not going to happen. Interest rates are way too high, and you're not going to make a whole lot of money when it comes down to it for cash flow. But where are you going to make your money? You're going to make your money on home price appreciation. And just like I said in the beginning of the video, over 15% price appreciation on average for Macon-Bibb County since last year. Supply and demand, people are flooding here. If you want to make some money in real estate, now is the time. Okay, I think ever since 2018 has been the time. Year after year after year, we've just seen appreciation go and go and go and go. And last but not least, you probably already know this, but when interest rates go down, what happens? Buyer demand goes up. People that need to move, people that had a child and need to upgrade, people that need to downsize because the kid left and now it's too much house. Demand's going to go up. And when demand goes up, guess what happens? Prices go up. So if anyone thinks that prices are going to go back down, especially in middle Georgia, it's not going to happen. There's too many people that need to work here. There's too many people flooding here because the prices are so cheap compared to the United States. I think it's time to make a move. If you need any help at all, love to be able to help serve you and your family. Shoot me a text message. I got your back.